Download the BCSN Plus app today. Visit bcsnnation.com for details.
Let's continue to look back with Stark graduate Sandi Brown, who after high school went on to play Division I basketball at Detroit Mercy, where she learned it's okay to not be the star player on a team, but instead contribute in other ways to help lift the program to victory. Sandi Brown also talks about her role as the owner of the Toledo Threat as she rejoins Tom Cole for these conversations.
There's always going to be a level where you're playing where you're not the go-to person and you're not the star.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I think you learn more in that situation.
Yes.
You understand the team, you understand filling a role.
Yes.
You know, how many times in business or in life where you aren't going to be the go-to person.
That's
You're
right.
not going to be the
That's
star.
right.
Somebody else is.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what do? Do you pout? Do you cry? Do you put your head down? Or do you find a role that you can fill, do well, and help the whole
be the
team
best
win?
at it. That's
and
right.
you learn those things from athletics.
Yes, yes, and that's one thing that I love. One, even just about our organization, but just in my life lessons, like from college, you do learn those things, and playing roles are so important because not everyone can be the star.
Yeah,
not everyone can be the star, but guess what? That star can't succeed without everyone else.
100%.
So I love what you just said. It's very, valid, especially in today's game as well too. With our younger girls growing up, and coming up in the game, it's so easy to be like, I want to be the scorer, I want to score all the points, but that top rebounder, I call it picking up the trash. It's so funny, Brad.
I like that.
Brad, he adopted that term on air. It's so funny. But picking up the trash, I love to be that type of player, the one who goes unnoticed, who, if it wasn't for those, those steals or those crucial rebounds or, those small plays and diving on the ground for the, for the ball during a crucial point in the game, if it wasn't for those moments, we wouldn't win the game. So it's all types of players that come together and make a team, and each role is important.
Every night, as you know, as proficient as you've been in the game of basketball, every night you can bring your attitude, you can bring your hustle, your rebounding, and your defense. Your shot maybe not going down that night, but if you bring the other ingredients, the team has a great opportunity to win. How about your flash thoughts on being a semi-pro team owner with the Threat?
Yeah, so you know what? Back in 2016 when we started the Threat, the women's pro team, it was such a hey, why not? Let's try it, let's do it. With us having so many girls who, or I should say women who, graduated college and who were still around the area.
And they're terrific players.
Yeah, and they're still great. Like we could still, and I'm saying we because at that time I was playing too, but we could still go, get up and down the court and play some really good basketball. So, just creating the Toledo Threat Women's Pro Team, it was such a fun experience. It was something I was, it was brand new for me. We were all kind of learning as we were going as well, but I had, a great village and a great support system to mentor me along the way. But just to be able to be a bridge for, young girls or young ladies coming out of college, some players, even high school, this would be good for them, might not know, but sometimes you don't get those calls right away.
Right.
And you need something to do. You have to keep playing or do something because the longer your time, the longer you sit, that's not very good news for yourself.
No, it's not.
So it's good to have, a semi-pro team or a pro team that we had here, the Toledo Threat, to where those players can, play in that league with us, still get film and all types of different things. We help them get recruited to play overseas. And at that time, back in 2019, I would say our team could match up, I would say, in the WNBA. I'm not even being biased. I think more people would say it as well. We had different players right out of Ohio State, Nebraska, Xavier, bigger schools, even some from the University of Toledo, who I would put money on that could beat at least one WNBA team.
Sure.
So the talent was there for sure, and we were able to, just provide that resource for those young ladies coming out of college. We were able to sign out of our program at least 6 girls, 7 actually, to overseas contracts, and then one of our girls actually got called up for a WNBA camp. So it was really amazing just to be able to provide the opportunity.
How cool is that?